Hi guys, so today I want to show you how our master application works. So we will try to create session with our CO2 and temperature modules and just see how our system works in terms of hardware and software. Let's get started. So by default we have 0000 pin. This is admin. We can change this in our web portal later, as well as add some different users. I will show you how it works later. So now it's just overview of our master application. So you can see right here installed modules. So it's a temperature and CO2 module. Let's start new session. So first menu position, new session. We have an option to add some temperature. Let's add temperature 36.6, for example, for next 15 minutes. After that, we would like to increase our temperature, for example, up to 39.05, whatever, for next 10 minutes. In the same time, we would like to keep 5% CO2 concentration for 25 minutes. Very simple. So let's put some name of our session. Let's say it's number 56. Doesn't matter. So we have an option to start by pressing the button manually or select some specific date. Also we have options right here by pressing the button, stop this session, or by end of the session. Let's select by end of the session. So right here, users, we can see some registered users in our system. Let's allow permission to control this session to Andre and Aaron, for example. So this is BSL. Okay, so looks good. Now we're ready to go. Let's click on create. So you can see this is temperature graph. So now system will try to increase temperature up to 36.6 for next 15 minutes. Let's click on CO2. So right here we have in the chamber 3.35% concentration of CO2, but we need to increase it up to 5 and keep it 5 next 25 minutes. So all modules works right now parallelly. So we have 34.66 Celsius degrees inside the chamber at this moment. Temperature still increasing. You can hear some clicks from CO2 module, because CO2 module trying to add some portions of gas, and this portions the shorter when we close to target and longer when we are far away from target. So let's see what's going on here in the CO2. So we are already almost on a target for 12. So our motors in a temperature model has stopped because we are on a target at this moment. 3686 Celsius at this moment in the chamber, but we need 36.6, and right now temperature will decreasing very slow to be on a target. Motors started again because we a little bit below the target. So the system right now trying to keep this target 36.6. Let's see what's going on in the CO2. We're very close. 467 right now, concentration inside the chamber. We need a 5. The system trying to make it happen. So 823, this is sensor. So it's just for a few seconds. Take a look. It's a few seconds. We have this strange measurements. This is like from sensor. So here we go. So right now it's at 458. So something strange. So we can fix it just via software, but we did not do this at this moment just for showing the natural the sensors. So sometimes we have like this exact 823% concentration for some reason. So we have no idea what's going on. It's something from this sensor. It's fine. So it's still like 488 right now in a chamber, very close to 5. So let's see what's going on here in a temperature. Once again, 823. But in reality is we have like 535. It's a little bit more than we expect to see, but right now system trying to ventilate the chamber to decrease this concentration. So right now we have 503, very close to target. So technically it is target right now. So let's see on a temperature model. So as you can see, so we have some waves, right? So just a little bit below, a little bit above target, and just system trying to make it happen, to keep the target 36.6. Let's just see how it works. So you can see concentration of CO2 in the room. Right now it's 393 ppm. This is like 0.03, I guess, concentration, so very low. And this is a good thing because we don't have any leaks. So we just to keep the concentration inside the chamber, not in the room. So this is like good thing. Okay, let's switch CO2. So just ignore these two peaks up to 8% concentration. So once again, so this is not reality. It's something with this sensor, but so reality is we have 532 right now. This is above the target, but not too much. So we technically can continue to work with this range, and for example, to add gas into the chamber slowly, right, to make sure that we have like very tiny range around the target. It's fine, so we can just select any different modes, how aggressive we can add the gas inside the chamber. But at this moment, so we think this is like optimal configuration of CO2 module, the gas adding and ventilation process for this module. So 501, it's pretty close, it's pretty good, it's a target. So session going to closer and closer to the next step, 3905 Celsius. But for now, we still be on a first step, 36.6. So as you can see, we have some amplitude of temperature around the target, and so right now in this room we have 29 Celsius degrees. It's pretty high, and difference between temperature outside of the chamber and inside the chamber not so big, right? It's about 7 Celsius degrees. So more difference we have between outside and inside temperature, the less amplitude we will expect to see. So this is like understandable why it happened, but this is a reality. And if our customers will have, for example, 23, 24 Celsius degrees in the room, and they have to keep 37, 36, 37 Celsius inside the chamber, so it will be absolutely like minimal amplitude in this case. So right now we will see how on the next step our system will keep 3905, and you will see the amplitude will be much less on the next step. So we'll see. 531 right now, concentration. It's a little bit above the target, but it's still be very close. So CO2 module works, so it's trying to keep 5. Okay, so now we're pretty close to next step for temperature module. Okay, another 1 minute, and system will try to increase the temperature after that automatically. So let me show you what we have here in details. So this is detailed view of our session on a same graph. This is like temperature and CO2 fluctuations. On the left side, you can see temperature metrics and CO2 metrics. Also, we have a table view. This is like very simple. The target, the current value of all the sensor temperature and CO2, and we have like this table for like how frequency this data updates, right? 10 seconds, 60 seconds, 300 seconds, 600 seconds. Okay, so now the system trying to increase our target up to 3905. You can see right now we have a new target value of 3905. So we do nothing, we just schedule this step, and we see how system trying to keep another target value. So, as I said, right now we have to see the less amplitude around the target than we had before on a previous step, because room temperature and the current temperature inside the chamber has a bigger difference. So let's just see how it will look like. Okay, so now I have to show you during this session another case. For example, we have no more the gas, CO2 gas. So let me just disconnect our CO2 gas from the module. So, and see how system will react on it. So right now CO2 a gas tank disconnected from CO2 module. And let's see what's going on in this case. It's not necessary it has to be disconnected. It can be, for example, we have no CO2 gas anymore in the tank. So, and the pressure in the system will decrease down to 0, for example. Okay, so you can see right now the session paused, because we see right now this button resume, and the whole session put it on a pause. Temperature module doesn't work. I mean, the system still measuring the temperature inside the chamber, still measuring CO2 level inside the chamber, but we have an error right here. Let me click on it. So error code, it's an error module CO2 low pressure, as you can see. It's exactly what we have. We have low pressure, and system notify us that it's impossible to continue execute this session. So let me connect it back, and So I connected CO2 tank back, and let me click on a play. So, and right now session will start again. We can just go this way, clear these notifications, and we will not see the same error again, because right now all good with the pressure. So this is how it works. Okay, so now let me do this. For example, in this case, I would like to turn on sterilization mode inside the chamber. I would like to increase temperature up to 180 Celsius. I can do this during this session. I can do this to create a new session. So let me do this during this session, for example. First of all, what I need to do, I would like to put my CO2 module on view only. So right now we don't have this module. So right now this module only measuring the process, but not adding any gas, not ventilating, nothing. It's just measuring process. It's called view only mode. Okay, back to temperature. Right here, I would like to put on a plus, and after 50 Celsius, you can see it's a jump immediately to, give me 1 second, right here. It's a jump immediately up to 180. And right now we expect to see sterilization mode. But we see once again our the electronic locker has to be open, and we see another error right here. The error called error model temp sterilization. So the system tells us that it can be turned like sterilization process before we will not disconnect sensors from the chamber, because sensors inside the chamber can work only up to 120 Celsius degrees, but sterilization it's up to 180. And because of this, our users have to manually disconnect all 8 sensors from the chamber, and only after that they will have possibility to create sterilization process. So right now we increase temperature up to 180, save, next 30 minutes. Looks good, great. So it's very noisy. But right now we have sterilization process. It's a very powerful lamp which installed on temperature module. Right now, trying to increase temperature inside the chamber. We can see 74 Celsius degree inside the chamber already. So, I mean, in this case, it means so we cannot start fertilization with the temperature sensors inside. We have to just disconnect the sensors, and because of this, we saw this this error right here. Okay, so let me stop this right now, right here, just to hold the button stop. Okay, this is pretty much it about the master application. So very quick to review what we have here. It's a session lists. So the system saved all sessions which we had before. So let's see on our first session. As you can see, we can just go back to archive and investigate all sessions which we had before. We can table to investigate it manually. We have a special button expert. We can click on this button and this the old data around this session, including some statuses of modules and components inside the modules, will send automatically to your email. So this is the realization session, and if we would like to repeat this session, we can click on repeat button. And right now we have like the same already scheduled session parameters which we had before. It's very easy to just replicate the same session once again if we need it. Alright, so what else? Right here we have settings. This is like basic parameters. During the session we have like measurements, information about electricity for our all components, electricity requirements, the calibration. We have a calibration like menu right here for all modules, for temperature module, for CO2 module, and we have a menu users. So it's all users of this company. This is admin, it's me, and we have registered users: Andre, Aaron, Brandon, David, Elena. So about users and rights, I will show you the demonstration on my next video. So you can just block this screen, and only users which registered for this company has a unique ID and can just log into to the menu, to the master application, and do something to create new sessions or control different sessions, etc., etc. So thank you for watching.